start in our chair today. And let's use the back of our chair starting out. So rest into the back of your chair and then allow your hands to rest on your thighs, your knees, and your lap, whatever's comfortable. And then just feel your feet ground in to the floor. Come up on the balls of your feet and then rock back to your heels. Kind of notice the grounding of your feet into the floor beneath you. And then closing your eyes, take a deep inhale through your nose, filling your lungs up completely. And exhale out your mouth. Good. Let's take a couple more breaths like that. Inhale through your nose. Exhale, sigh it out your mouth. Good. Yogis like audible exhalers. So no one around. Exhale loudly, sigh it out. Something about that lowers your blood pressure, lessens the tenseness of your shoulders. Deep inhale, filling your lungs up completely. Exhale, let it go. Good. Just continue to breathe normally. So not making a huge effort to take deep inhales and deep exhales, but just allowing your lungs to breathe as they do all day. And we are just going to notice or bear witness to this breath that we take. So as you inhale, just fill that through your nostrils, in the back of your throat, and into your lungs. And as you exhale, just allow the exhale to move in that same pathway out. And again, not making a huge effort to take deep inhales and exhales, but just allowing your body to breathe. And as you do that, start to notice the tiny space that lives between an inhale and an exhale. Not getting to the top of your inhale and holding your breath, but just noticing that there is the briefest pause before you start to exhale. That just naturally happens. Become aware of that small pause. And notice it for a couple more rounds of breath. Good. Inhale, slowly start to wiggle your toes, just picking your toes up off the floor and then putting them back down. We're going to start to move through a body awareness practice. So we're going to start from our feet and work our way up and just really notice how each part of our body moves. So option to stay with your back against the chair, or if you want to start to notice how those core muscles move, you can scoot away from the back of your chair, imagining there's a string from the crown of your head pulling you up, really tall spine. And bringing notice to your feet. So just pick your toes up off the floor and hold them there for a minute. And set them back down. Inhale to lift them up. Exhale, set them back down. Inhale, lift them back up. Exhale, set them back down one more time. Inhale, lift your toes. Exhale, set them back down. Let's lift our heels. So inhale to lift your heels and hold there for a moment. Just noticing where that engages. What muscles do you feel working to hold up your heels? And then exhale, slowly lower your heels back down. Inhale, lift them up. Exhale, back down. Inhale, up. Exhale down, inhale up one more time, really squeezing your calves. Exhale, back down, good. Inhale, lift your left foot up. So just as high up as you can go. You don't have to extend all the way straight out, but go until you can feel your hamstring. And I just noticed from my video I have paint on the bottom of my feet, so sorry. You're gonna inhale to point your toes forward. Notice where that stretches. Exhale, pull back on your toes. Notice where that lengthens. Inhale, point forward. When I point my toes forward, I feel a length and a stretch through the front of my ankle. When I inhale and pull up, I can feel it through my calf and slip in my hamstring. So just kind of noticing where you feel it in your body. Maybe doing some ankle circles. Good. Exhale, slowly lower that foot back down. Inhale, we're going to bring the right foot up. And notice that there's a difference between your left and your right foot, how high you can get it. If you can get a knee to full extension, but not the other one, just kind of notice that. Inhale, pulling your toes back. Start to notice where you can feel that, maybe through your hamstring or through your calf. Exhale, point your toes forward. Inhale, pull back. Exhale, point your toes. Inhale, pull up. Exhale, point forward. And then start as you lower down slowly, just rolling out through your ankle down to the floor. Good. I'm going to scoot a little bit further away from my chair. I'm going to inhale just to bring my left foot off of the ground, and I'm going to wrap both of my hands around my left shin. So just kind of notice where you can feel this. Maybe this feels too tight and too restricting. You can always grab a jacket and hold it around the front of your shin if that feels better. But if you can, try and hug that left shin in, pulling that femur, that really big bone that's in your top half of your leg, in closer to you. Notice how that feels through that hip flexor. Might feel a little pinchy or tight. Rolling out to your ankle and just breathing here. Good. Exhale, I'm going to rotate that leg, and I'm going to bring my left shin to the top of my right thigh, coming into a figure four. Good. And then this is where we kind of get into our hips a little bit. Notice how tight they might be today. If this doesn't really seem possible, you can always scoot your bottom foot forward, put less bend in that bottom leg. Make that a little bit less tight for yourself. So if this feels okay, really tall spine to inhale. Then exhale, start thinking about bringing your chest forward closer to that front shin. Further you go forward, the deeper you're going to get into those hip muscles. So play to your edge. Go where you can feel sensation, not pain. And then notice how your neck and shoulders are reacting to that. If your whole body's instinct is to tense up and stop breathing, come out of it just a little bit. If this feels okay, maybe you can drop your chin to your chest. Shaking your head yes and no. Good. Maybe right here feels good, or wherever you're at. Maybe because you've been in here for a couple breaths, some of those muscles have relaxed and you're able to go down a little bit farther. If you're not, that's okay. Just go to where you can feel that sensation still, but not pain. Let's take 3 more breaths. Good. Exhale, slowly coming back up, bringing your elbows or forearms to that shin. And coming back up to seated. Bring that left leg out in front of you again. Just kind of flexing your foot up. You're going to bring both of your hands underneath your hamstring or your shin and pull it up. So lengthening through that hamstring. Again, if you have a jacket or something you can wrap around and hold on to, that's great. Just kind of notice where you're at. You don't have to be up very high, just until you can feel that left hamstring start to lengthen. Foot flexed up. Breathe there. One more deep breath. Exhale, lower back down. Good. Opposite side. So inhale, right foot comes up. Just kind of notice how that feels. Start to bend through your right knee, hugging onto your right shin. And this might even feel too tight. This is a lot of flexion for your knee. So if your knee doesn't like this, you can always grab hold of your hamstring instead. But try and hug that femur in. Noticing where you can feel that, if that lengthens anywhere or if it pinches anywhere. Really tall spine. Trying to relax through your shoulders. Good. When you are ready, bringing your right foot to the opposite side of your left leg. So bringing that right shin to the top half of your left leg and back into that figure four. So again, making this work for you. What do you need to do? Do you need to scoot that bottom foot forward more? You need to maybe bring your ankle a little bit further this way. Make it so you can feel the sensation. And then maybe think about inhaling, really tall spine. Exhale, maybe bring your forearms down to that shin. And then allow your chin to drop to your chest. With each inhale, directing your oxygen to that hip, that right hip. And with each exhale, trying to soften your muscles into it just a little bit more. Option to stay right here, maybe go down a little bit further. If you had a block or a pillow or something, you could rest your hands on that, but we want our hands to be on something. We don't just want to be suspended. You can put it on that bottom shin, rest it on that bottom knee. Try and release tension from your neck and shoulders. One more deep inhale here. Exhale, slowly bringing your forearms back up to that right shin, coming all the way up. Releasing your right foot in front of you and then starting to lengthen through your hamstring. So maybe you hold on to your hamstring and pull your entire knee closer to your chest. Foot flexed up. Maybe you're holding on to that calf. Whatever you're holding on to, we don't want it to curl through our spine here. We want a really tall spine. Once you do that, you're going to notice that you have less extension. That's okay. Means we're lengthening the muscle we're intending to, so really tall spine. Breathe here. Exhale, slowly lower down. Good, bring your feet out wider so we have a wider base. And imagining you have a giant beach ball or pillow right here. You can grab a pillow if you have access to one, but we're just gonna fold ourselves around it. So this time we are gonna curl through our spine and come down. We can bring our forearms down to our knees, curl through your spine, tuck your chin to your chest. Maybe you can move your hands down to the floor. Breathing here in a child's pose, a chair child's pose. Letting your head hang heavy. If your arms are down or they're up, we're going to start to move through our spine just slightly. So I'm going to bring my right hand to the outside of my right foot and then walk my left hand just to touch the top of my foot. So I'm just moving both hands in the direction of the right foot to lengthen a little bit more through my side body and into my shoulder. And if that feels too tight or too uncomfortable, just stay in your child's pose, whatever that looks like. Exhale to come forward through center. I'm going to wrap my left hand underneath my left leg. Then I'm going to place my right hand on the top of my left foot. Just lengthen out a little bit more through my side body. Exhale, slowly coming back to center. Elbows to knees, and walk yourself back up. Bring your knees in. Let's start to move up to your spine. Notice how that feels today. So inhale, really tall spine. Exhale, left hand to right knee, right hand behind us on the chair. Twisting out through your spine. Spinal twists are so good on your spine. If you imagine your spine like a rolled up washcloth, these spinal twists just really squeeze out through the muscle and through the fascia tissue. Hydrate. Exhale, come back to center. Right hand to left knee, left hand behind you. Super important to have a tall spine here. If I'm hunched forward and then I turn this way, I'm actually causing strain on my back. So I really want to make sure we always say grow before you go. We always want the tallest spine we've got before we move the spine in any other direction. Gaze might look over that left shoulder. Good. Inhale. Let's do that one more time, but we're going to take our hands overhead, stretch them up to the ceiling, and then we're going to let our left hand rest on our right knee, right hand rest behind us, twisting in that first direction. Tall spine. Gaze might go over your right shoulder. Inhale back to center, hands up overhead. Good. Exhale. Left hand is behind me, right hand is on my left knee. Exhale, back to center. Good, just start to shake out a little bit through your shoulders. Kind of notice how that movement creates some more circulation through your back. Inhale, we're gonna clasp our fingers together, curl through our spine and stretch our knuckles toward the camera. Maybe tuck your chin to your chest. Good. Inhale, release your hands, bring them out to the sides to a T, and then we're going to grab hold of the chair behind us. Roll your shoulders back and down. Gaze goes up towards the ceiling. Exhale. Come back forward, curling through your spine. Knuckles touch. Chin goes to chest. Inhale, release, hands to the sides. Clasp on the chair behind you. Good, gaze goes up towards the ceiling. Do that one more time because that feels good. Exhale, hands come in front of you. Curl through your spine, chin to chest. Inhale, release that. Palms go back, stretching out. Hands down to the chair. Pull your heart forward, gaze goes up. Good, exhale, come back to a neutral spine, and then again, just allow everything to settle, noticing how that movement does something to your circulation. Inhale, you're gonna bring your fingertips to your shoulder tops, and then bring your elbows forward. Inhale, opening your arms out to the sides, maybe pushing your elbows back a little bit more, noticing how your shoulders feel. If there's any pinching, add a little bit less range of motion. Exhale, touch your elbows together in front of you. Good. Inhale, open up. Exhale, bring them forward. Inhale, open them up to the sides, and then just start moving in a circle, starting small and getting bigger with each rotation. Slowing down and going the opposite way. Being mindful of any pops that you might hear. Pretty common. If we're spending all of our day with our arms flexed forward, not moving this joint, it dries out. So let's switch directions. So when we create movement, it actually hydrates this joint and stops your body from popping. Hands down to the sides, shaking out through your arms. Good. Finish with our neck. So just bring your hands to your thighs. Inhale, tall spine. Exhale, left ear to left shoulder. Just going to notice how that feels to the right side of your neck. Really breathing into that muscle, noticing the longer that you spend in this posture, the more length you're going to get on the right side of your neck, because that muscle is slowly lengthening out as you inhale and exhale. If this feels okay, it doesn't feel too much, you can bring your left hand to the top half of your head, the right side. Just gently pull your left ear closer to your left shoulder. Might even feel good to take your right hand out to the side and stretch your fingers down. And breathing into that muscle. Exhale, slowly removing the hand from the top of your head. Inhale, back to center, and then just notice the difference between the sides of your neck. If it feels a little wobbly or there's a disparity there, that's pretty normal. Inhale, tall spine. Exhale, right ear to right shoulder. Then notice if there is one side of your neck that feels tighter. Breathing into that left muscle that connects all the way down from your collarbone all the way up to the base of your skull. Then you can bring your right hand to the top half of the left side of your head. Just gently pull down on it, just bringing your right ear closer to your right shoulder. And then maybe you can drop your left hand down to the side of your chair and stretch those fingers closer to the ground. Good. Exhale, slowly bringing your hand back to center, ending with some power poses in our chair today. So we're going to move into Warrior One, even though we're seated. So you want to scoot so you're right on the edge of your chair, and you're going to bring your right leg out to the side as much as you can. We're going to bend this knee. We're going to straighten this one. So slowly inch out. This is slowly going to become a warrior pose. It's uncomfortable in the chair. So if you're like, doesn't feel comfortable, it's not really. So notice where this is. This leg might feel better all the way right here. That works. But if you can, start to move your legs out to the side. I really have the leg that's extended, not even on the chair. That glute's not on the chair at all. Just the bent leg going. Then inhale, bring your arms up to the sides. Good. Warrior One, getting all the length of Warrior One without having to notice the shaky legs. None of the strength, just all the nice length of it. Inhale, bring your right hand down to your chair, and then left hand comes up overhead. Making one long, beautiful line from your left fingertips all the way down to your left toes. Good. Gaze might go up toward that lifted hand if that feels okay. If that's too tight on your neck, gaze can go down. Exhale, we're going to bring our left hand in the direction of our left thigh or our left shin. Don't push down on your knee, and then right hand comes up overhead. Just noticing if you feel that length in a different place. Good. Exhale, so we're coming back to our arms in a T. Hands down to the sides. There's no pretty way to get back to center in this. So I'm just going to slowly bend, heel to that foot in, and switch sides. So now I'm extending my right leg out, so I'm scooting to the right side of my chair. And I'm going to do the same thing. So I'm just going to heel toe my left leg out until my knee is bent. There's no way to get it bent and at a horizontal line, just there's a chair in the way. So get it as much as you can, and then start to lengthen out through your right knee. Notice how that feels. Good. Again, it's not comfortable for the bum. Inhale, arms up. And let's go to the direction of the left. So just left first. Maybe bring your left elbow to your left thigh. Stretch out that way. Maybe you can bring your left arm or your right arm overhead. Right bicep next to your right ear, making one long line. Good. Exhale, back to center. And then moving your right hand either to your right thigh or your right shin. Left hand up overhead. Good. Exhale. Coming back through center. Bend through your right knee and scoot it back in. And come to the back of your chair again. So still tall, strong spine, sit bones back in the chair, but then allow the chair to support you. Just allowing your feet to rest on the floor. Hands can rest palms facing up or down in your lap or on your thighs. Do one roll through your shoulders just to make sure there's no tension hiding there. And then close your eyes. Start to notice your breathing again, your inhales and your exhales. Just noticing again that little space in between the inhale and the exhale. You can make it longer if you hold your breath, but naturally, without you doing anything, there's a pause. Between your inhales and your exhales, there is a space of stillness where literally nothing is happening. You're not breathing. Imagine yourself walking into that tiny little space between the inhale and the exhale, and spending some time there in stillness. When you find your mind has wandered off, thinking other thoughts, that's okay. Come back to your breathing. Notice what happens when your inhale stops and your exhale starts. And some deeper inhales and exhales now. Inhale, maybe bringing both hands overhead, taking a full body stretch. Good. Maybe holding onto your left wrist and pulling it to the right just slightly. Exhaling there, noticing how that length fills. Inhale back to center. Exhale, opposite wrist in opposite direction. Exhale, back to center. Bringing your hands down and then maybe bringing your hands to heart center. Symbol of gratitude. At the end of yoga classes, you will hear the word namaste. And this in Sanskrit translates to the divine light that's in me, deeply honors, sees, and respects the divine light that is in you. Thank you for joining me. Namaste.